Hello everybody, what's going down? Welcome to Monday. It's December 9th and it's hot already. 2024, that is right, the last couple of weeks of 2024. This 8 vibrational year. How's it worked out for you? Please leave a couple of comments in the description box below. Below the description box. I'd really appreciate it. You know, I have a live on here of what 2024 was about. So if you want to rewind selector and go check that live out in 2024 and see how it worked out for you, I'd appreciate that. You might as well. So are we getting ready for this next year, 2025? It's a 9-year, time to complete some things. Yep, and let's talk about it. I will be back with a live 2025 get down around about the first or second week of December. So stay tuned, okay? Before we get on into this week, and welcome to everybody, those that are repeating, coming back, holding up a sister. I got you, and I know you got me, so thank you. And for those who are new, welcome to the space. Welcome to our community and our little corner of the World Wide Webby. If you like the information, please like it, put that thumbs up. Also subscribe and consider sharing this information. That would be really appreciative. At the very least, leave your name and where you're at below and let us know that you're new in the comment section, okay? I'd appreciate that. Also, just want to let y'all know one quick announcement. I do readings. Astrological readings. Yeah, I do. I do hour-long readings as well as 90-minute. However, my 90 minutes are my favorite because we have the opportunity to, one, talk to your ancestors and your guides on the other side. Yep, I have that ability. Number 2, we go into your natal chart based on your time, your date, and place of birth. And number 3, we go ahead and spread 5 tarot cards. Right, 5, just to solidify the entire reading and to send you off with a little bit of homework. What spirit wants you to do in order to manifest what came up in that read, you dig? Yeah, so hit me up if you feel so inclined. Wordlifeastrology.com/readings, okay? Cool. All right, let's get down to this week, y'all, because this week I'm entitling it, keeping it all together. We got to keep it together, y'all, because Mars and Mercury is retrograde until December 15th. We got a little bit of time. A nice little week for us to feel in our minds a little bit cloudy, a little out of sorts, needing to organize some things in order to move forward when it's time. And then Mars, our physicality, possibly getting a little upset, possibly getting into some accidents. I heard a couple of reports today, just today, of a few folks getting into an accident, tumbling, falling into a car accident. This is all indicative of Mars going retrograde. Y'all, walk slow. And I mean that with everything. Really, please, because with Mercury and Mars together, both bumping into each other, and they're not too far away from each other in the sky. So they absolutely are affecting one another. You dig? Which means like, they're like, get out the way in confusion. It means if the brain is slowed down and decisions are not being made properly and or haphazardly, and then the movement of physicality is haphazard, what we doing? Relying on what? Spirit, as always. So maybe this is a week in which you can tap into what? Saturn in Pisces. You can tap into what? This North Node about to go into Pisces next year. You can tap into what? Piscean energy of compassion, unconditional love, and forgiveness, truth, sensitivity. Yes. Maybe possibly why you were crying yesterday when that moon was in Pisces full force and it had you to exit some of your emotions. I'm just saying, the universe is purposeful, y'all. These astrological rundowns are not for my fucking good health, and they're not for your good health to just sit around and watch. They actually mean something, and pieces come together in order for us to ride a flow and co-create the best life that we can here. That's for word and for true. So let me help you with that. Today, with the moon being in Pisces, it's going to quickly go into Aries by mid-afternoon. But in the beginning of the day, feel the feels with the moon in Pisces. Feel the information, like I said, the emotional information and the unconditional love and the compassion that's overwhelming in your heart in this moment in time. Feel it through and let it get out. If it needs to unplug some stuck areas, let it do that. Because the moon is getting ready to go into Aries later on today, and it wants to spark Venus, because Venus is in Aquarius. So I think it's a good thing that if you get all of that emotion out and then we go into the moon in Aries and it sparks Venus, desire. What? It means our expressions and our desire are going to be on one accord? Yup. That's today. It's Monday later on in this day, but because it's fire and air, Aries and Aquarius, it's a little hasty, meaning it wants to go. It wants to do it. It wants to do it now. It has detachment of all kinds of feelings, which means I want to express how I feel about a detached situation. I just want to talk to you, example, I just want to talk to you and you may get your feelings hurt, but I'm so sorry if you do. This is how I need to express myself with that moon in Aries coming at you. That's how it feels. I need y'all to do me a favor. For one, be very cognizant of people's feelings today. And for two, because this hot and heavy Aries energy is hooking up with Aquarius, step out the way. If you're a person that needs to get some things done, get it done, move as slow as possible. But if you're a person that's not moving that quickly, just step out the way. Why? Because there's a fiery energy that's building that may or may not serve you. This fiery energy is also later today hitting Mars. The moon will trine Mars later tonight, Monday. Now remember, Mars is going retrograde. So if you have the desire with the moon sextile and Venus to do something, I want to express how I feel. I want to express my passion. I want to express how I make this money. I want to express my value and my worth. And I don't care how you feel, because I'm going to get it out. That's what that moon sextile and Venus says. Well, with the moon trine and Mars going retrograde, it's like, I'm going to do it right now. I don't care if it's retrograde. I don't care if you get upset. I don't care if you get angry. I don't care if I need to confront a situation and it throws everybody and their grandmama off. It don't matter. I'm still moving. Okay, if you still moving, move in the light of God. If you still moving, don't step on people's toes. Remember, it's retrograde. So I put a little note next to this situation, and I said, today, Monday, it's like putting a notch in your belt. Just do something and keep moving without hurting anyone, without bringing anybody's self-esteem down, without trying to punk people by showing how bold and how fierce and how fearless you can be, but actually you shaking in your boots. Come on now. Don't let the ego go so strong today where you push people out of the way that are trying to help you, okay? Just do a little bit at a time and assist those around you just a little bit at a time. Now, Tuesday, it gets even more fiery. Now, this week is interesting, like I said on Instagram just now, because every day is going to seem like a different type of day. Trust me when I tell you. So let's just say Monday is almost like watery slide into a steamy little fire. Possibly, maybe. Well, on Tuesday, it's all fire, boo-boos, because that moon is full flesh in Aries. We got the moon trine in Mercury, retrograde in Sagittarius. We have the moon sextile in Jupiter in Gemini. That's retrograde too. And then we have the moon in Aries trining the sun in Sagittarius. Now, with all of these different aspects, I'm just going to summarize the day and say this. Please do yourself a favor and try to look to the past for some answers, some past information that can be useful for you. It could possibly be a blessing. Shine without being pushy or without being pushed. I hope y'all got that. Why are we talking about past situations? Because the moon is trining Mercury, going retrograde. So that means past information can come up that can further assist you, trining in a harmonious way of your expressions, how you want to get things off, how you want to express to someone, how you want to share your love, how you want to show up in the world. That's all the moon and its expression. So look for some past ideas, some past people. And a lot of people say, now my mentor used to tell me this all the time. She used to say that it's really hard to start things during Mercury and Mars retrograde for that matter. But there is a slight rule that says if you restart something during Mercury retrograde, it could be beneficial. Meaning, say you had an idea to do a radio show, a podcast or something in May. All the pieces of the puzzle didn't come together or whatever. The person moved and then they moved back and, something happened. They lost a little money. It just didn't fizzle out. However, someone calls you tomorrow, Mercury retrograde style, and they say, hey, would you like to reintroduce that idea? Mercury retrograde and reintroduced ideas is a good deal, because sometimes you need that retro feel to look at certain things you didn't look at before when you tried to start the idea or the program or the event. You dig what I'm saying? Other things could possibly come to the surface where you wasn't even thinking about back in May. You understand? So look to start new things that may still be of interest that you tried to do it before. It may pop off this time around, especially if it's sextiling Jupiter, because what? Opportunities want to come up. Even though Jupiter is going retrograde, it doesn't matter. We're still talking about Tuesday, by the way. It doesn't matter. Jupiter going retrograde is still plentiful. It's still bountiful, for sure. But if you are reintroducing ideas with that Mercury going retro and hitting on Jupiter, whoo, here comes the blessings. And then that moon, Aries, moving things fast, but please slow down. I know that sounds contradictory, but tomorrow when the moon is in Aries, you will want to move fast, but slowly move fast. That means if you think you're moving fast in your brain, slow down your movement even slower. You're still going to get there though. I just want y'all to be careful, okay? That's all. But as this Jupiter's being hit, Mercury's retrograde is being hit, Jupiter retrograde being hit, the moon is also trining the sun, so we can shine in this thing. That's the blessing. The blessing is the shine. The blessing is the opportunity to show the world, okay, this new idea actually may be the thing. It's the pump up inside. It's the sun that says you can do this thing with good ego, with core beliefs, and with confidence, for sure. The sun brings us all the confidence in the world. Now, on Wednesday, the moon slides into Taurus. Yep. Now, this is an earthy kind of day. Why? Because Taurus is an earth sign. Whenever the moon goes into Taurus, for sure, I always feel a slowdown, a calming, a discerning that happens all around you. Just observant, figuring things out. Again, not reacting too much. We need that. Again, we need that as Mars and Mercury is retrograde, throwing our brain off and our movements. I'm just going to say it like that. But check it out. Stay with the emotional slowdown. Stay with the need to walk as slowly as possible. Why? Because on Wednesday, that moon in Taurus will square Pluto in Aquarius. That moon will also square Venus in Aquarius. That moon in Taurus will also square Mars in Leo going retrograde. And then also that moon in Taurus is going to quincunx Mercury retrograde. And it's in Sag. So I list all of these aspects so I can give you a summary of this day. As you see, it's pretty gnarly. And as you may already know, Taurus is a fixed, stubborn sign. So is Aquarius. So with Taurus going up against Aquarius, there's a standoff of who knows best. Is it the moon, the emotional ability to be calm and somewhat brooding, possibly punishing, moving so slow you're irritating somebody and you know it? Against all Aquarius stuff of I need to know. I know a thing. I'm smart. We need to do this because it has been proven. It's because I'm a rebel and I'm an individual and I know the way. There's a really weird fight that day against folks who are elderly and tried and true. That's that Taurus earthbound kind of feel. And I say elderly because it's wise. And then also that get up and go and be different and unique and out there, Aquarius energy. Y'all. Take a couple of chill pills that day. Nobody knows it all. That's all I want to say. If you find yourself in arguments, especially because the moon will square Mars retrograde, you find yourself in arguments on Wednesday, let people have it. Let people have it. Oh, I put down here a nice little note I forgot to read to y'all. A stubborn need to maintain power due to maintaining value and love. This is Wednesday's vibration. Also, miscommunication involving quick thought could lead to anger and confrontation. So again, miscommunication with Mercury retrograde in there, leading to anger. Anger, because the moon is in Taurus, which means the anger can come from you punishing somebody. The anger can come from you not wanting to agree with someone because you mad about something that they did 20 years ago, or because they stole your money and you don't trust them. We are in a moment in time, squirrel and quick download, in which we have to be able to, I know this is going to be hard to land for some of y'all because it's hard to even come out of my mouth. We got to start trusting the people that we didn't trust before. Ooh, girl. Ooh, dude. Did anybody feel any like backwash kind of, what? What'd you say? Huh? Girl. I heard that so clearly the other day. I was like, Spirit, I know you're not trying to get me prepared for that little download right there. Spirit said, yeah. You know why? Because people are changing. People are growing. People are learning. Maybe haphazardly and a little clumsy, y'all. We don't have it all together as we are moving into this new vibration, as Wednesday is going to show us. Not everybody is going to have it together. There's going to be a lot of people tripping over their lips, tripping over their feet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm not sorry. F you, blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. All for power, all for the need to be right. Wednesday is a gnarly day and hours leading up to Wednesday, okay? But I'm honestly for certain that there are some people that just need to be heard. There are some people that just need to be listened through to the end of the sentence. Not you figuring out what they had to say or what they meant in the middle of the sentence. No, hear them all the way through. Because oftentimes people have a complete thought and they will round it out with something that you can understand. But when we cut people off in the middle of sentences during this Mercury retro, Mars retro, feeling angry, not knowing, confused, and where am I going? Remember, this week is a weird week. Okay? If we cut people off, we may incite more arguments because we didn't hear the full thought. And then the person trying to give the full thought just got insulted by you, cutting them off. And here comes the argument again. Where's the resolution? Look for the resolution this week, especially on Wednesday. And if you can't present the resolution, just be quiet and listen for it. And then maybe talk about it the next day or the day after. You dig? Wednesday is a gnarly freaking day. On Thursday, things calm down a little bit. There's not too many aspects happening that day, thank God. The feeling of moon in Taurus can literally take over, while those hard aspects from Wednesday will float on by and be in the rearview mirror. But that moon in Taurus possibly got y'all feeling like y'all need a good-ass meal now because all that emotional topsy-turvy information Wednesday was too much to handle. Let me get a steak, a goddamn piece of pie, freaking salmon and whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Taurus energy loves to eat. So be careful about drowning yourself in your emotions when it comes to eating on Thursday. I really, really appreciate that. And so would your body. Okay? Look towards music. Look towards the beautiful things. Look towards Venus-like stuff. Venus is ruled by Taurus. So look for Venus-like information on Wednesday for show and on Thursday as those aspects go behind you and you start to open up to the beauty again, the softness of the earth. Go outside. Go into the garden. Hug a tree that day. Give all your angst and your miscommunication and your erratic feeling to the tree, to the earth, to the flowers, to your garden, okay? Please, that's the day to do that thing. This week is weird. So you ready for Friday? Come on, let's go. Oh, wait, before we get to Friday, let's talk about this only aspect on Thursday. Venus, which is in Aquarius still, will be opposition Mars in Leo, going retrograde. So like I prepared you to slow down on Thursday, smell the flowers, talk to a tree, get to the earth. At the same time on this day, what it's doing is allowing you to balance out the value, Venus, money, worth, beauty, the passion and your possessions of a thing. Balance that out with your movement. So you can't do too much if you don't have the passion, if you're not completely there. You can't do too much, Mars going retrograde, if all the information, Venus in Aquarius, all the things you need to know is not necessarily in alignment. Find balance with what little bit you know and the little bit that you can do. Because again, Mars is retrograde. Please don't force yourself is the point and the message to do too much on Thursday based on a little bit that you know. Wait for the information to come in. Wait for the proof to come in. Wait for the validation of a thing to come in, meaning that it's worth you doing some work on it. It's worth you spending money on it. It's worth you giving your time and energy about it. You may have to wait and balance out your options on that day. Ooh, I hope that makes sense. I really, 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 really do. That's an important message. Just be patient. You dig? Ask questions in the comment section below. Now let's get to Friday. Friday, the moon is going into Gemini, gearing up for Sunday's full moon in Gemini. So watch how the moon is being aspected for Friday, for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as it builds up to this release, okay? On Friday, moon in Gemini will trine Pluto in Aquarius. On Friday, that moon in Gemini is going to sextile Mars, going retrograde. On Friday, that moon in Gemini will absolutely be opposition to Mercury in Sagittarius as it goes retrograde. Setting you up with these three aspects for this Friday to give you somewhat of a synopsis of how the energy is going to be. Understand that the power and the transformation that's being made on this day, when you take your time with Mars being in retrograde and when you think things through, Mercury being in retrograde will bring you not only the blessings that you need, will bring you the transformation through your life that you need. Let me say that again. Understand that the power in the transformation that you're making, I said that kind of backwards, the power in the transformation that you are making on this day, the things that you are ending in your life on this day, specifically people that you stop talking to, communication that is no longer needed, moving, or I should say stop going to a particular bar, a particular local setting, a particular church, right? Full moon, or I should say moon in Gemini, deals with all of this as it's gearing up towards the fullness. That means some things need to come to an end. Whatever needs to come to an end, and whatever you are visiting when it comes to communication, your local environment, it's preparing you to feel your power, Pluto, and to transform where you need to. Remember, squirrel, as I say time and time again, healing and transformation does not happen overnight. It does not happen within a year. Sometimes it can't even happen within a decade, y'all. So if you hear information from me or anybody else for that matter that's repetitive, know that we are doing our best through spirit, the ones who talk to spirit, through spirit to show you what to do time and time again, even repeating situations, so you can get where you need to go, so you can move into this new era, so you can heal. And it is right and nice for you to understand the power that's coming up on you. This Mercury and this Mars retrograde, this little hit that I just got right now, is literally trying to wipe out and get rid of any remnants of things that don't make us powerful, that don't make us ourselves any longer. And for those people that are sitting around contemplating, placating, thinking, oh, I don't know what to do, or I'll do this over here, or I'm scared. relying on that fear. Once again, I don't want to do the things that are closest to my heart because I'm afraid. If you're sitting in that position during this Mercury and Mars retrograde, you're going to have a hard time obtaining this transformation that needs to happen over the next year. Trust and believe. Mars and Mercury is slowing down for a reason. It is going to make a lot of us feel batty this week, but it offers up an opportunity for us to be slow so we can see on Friday our power as that moon trines Pluto, okay? It's not going retrograde, Pluto is not. It's standing firm, going rebuild me, rebuild who we are, rebuild the powerful space that we have on this planet. Show them who you are. Step up into places and spaces ready to transform any room that you walk into, transcending anything and everything that's been given to you from mankind, living in light and light only. Ooh, I went there. Friday is a powerful day. Friday asks you to step into your power again and again, but it also asks you with that Mars sextile in the moon to slow down while you do it and to pay all the attention and stay away from fights, stay away from arguments. They will not serve you. They're catching you and they're trying to get you caught up into distractions again and again so you don't get your power. You don't get that Pluto. Also on Friday, that moon is opposition in Mercury, right? Again, go to past thoughts, go to past ideas, go to past things that want to bring balance to your life, that want to bring, again, information, that want to bring different compartments of living, try to figure things out as you're walking. Gemini is good for communication, talking, trying to get you to say the things the right way to say the things in an email, to your boss, to your husband, so it can come across with love. Yo, Friday is a good day to step into your power again so you can think clear as possible and you can move as clear as possible, even if it's slow, even if you got to be patient. The truth is coming to you on that day to make you powerful. On Saturday, the moon is in Gemini still. The moon in Gemini on this day will square Saturn in Pisces, and the moon in Gemini will conjunct Jupiter. Yeah, I like that it's squaring up Saturn just a little bit. It may be gnarly to some, but that moon squaring Saturn is only saying stay firm on those disciplines, stay firm on spiritual disciplines, the meditation. I know I am beating the dead horse by now with Saturn and Pisces information, but it's leading somewhere. Do y'all know where? The North Node is going into Pisces next year, y'all. So that means the whole planet is going to be guided by Piscean energy. That's why we need to get Saturn in Pisces for this whole year and half of the year last year. And I kept beating the dead horse over. Why? Because we have to feel the discipline of Pisces. And the discipline of Pisces says, stay with God on the forefront of your mind. Stay unconditional. Stay forgiving people. Stay trusting those that you didn't trust before. Because when the North Node goes into Pisces next year, it's saying this is how we gonna live. So you got to work it out now. You got to do the work now. You have to be disciplined in it now. Trial and error now. Please, y'all, pay attention. And if you are on a fast track to just trying to get back to happy and drinking everything and smoking everything and dismissing everything and being in denial about everything, you're going to have a hard time when that North Node gets into Pisces. It's going to wake you up. It's going to wake you up like your ancestors wake you up and be like, we told you what to do for a couple of freaking years. And now you won't cry? Now you won't be out of pocket? On Saturday, reintroduce yourselves to your discipline, your spiritual disciplines. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Saturn and Pisces. These are the things that we have been working on, hopefully, and has been saving our lives, to be honest with you. Trust and believe. God has been watching. That's Saturn and Pisces. Come on now. With the same thought, though, that moon in Gemini is conjuncting Jupiter, going retrograde. So it's like, yo, stay with the disciplines of Saturn. Understand how important that elusive, kind of passive-aggressive energy may seem to be. And you may say, I don't want to work today, or I should say, I don't want to meditate today. I'll meditate 3 times on Friday. That's not how it works. Even though Pisces energy is passive aggressive like that, it needs a regimen when it's in Saturn. I'm going to stay just like that because one or two of y'all going to feel that because you have not been sticking with your spiritual disciplines. But the bottom line is this: on Saturday, it says if you do, here comes Jupiter, even though it's going retrograde, giving you some gosh darn opportunities out of this thing. Looking at you going, that baby right there, they've been doing yoga, they've been meditating, they've been minding their business, they've been trying to be nice. Look, give them a little crumb, drop them a little opportunity real quick and make that shit grow. That's how Jupiter works when you doing your work. Even when you're not doing your work, Jupiter still gives you a little bit of crumb, but I bet you that crumb will be a loaf of bread, motherfucker, if you are still doing your work. Spiritual work, that is. Please drop some comments because I'm feeling hot. I wish this thing was live. And finally on Sunday, we build up to the moments of that full moon swelling in Gemini, saying, I have to get rid of all the things now, communicative, that no longer work. I have to get rid of this weird tension that I have with my siblings. I have to get rid of or replace the places that I've gone to locally, which are now driving me crazy because it's not my vibration anymore. Squirrel, there's one club I do know in LA for sure. I'm not going to put them on blast because I don't want to take any money out of their pocket. It's black owned, I think, black or brown. But it's not my vibration any longer. I'm not the one to sit out and go out and party and drink. And I'm just not her no more. And I used to be her, y'all. Woo, I would be the first one out the club and the last one closing that thing down on the dance floor. That part of my life has literally exited. I don't have no desire to be out in the club bumping and drinking, and I just don't. It just don't feel right to me. So I say all that to say is that full moon Gemini energy, local stuff, how you socialize. Gemini's about socializing. All of these things are leaving. They're falling off. They're not in alignment with you and where you're going any longer. Now, I want you to understand what you have done, what you've been thinking about Friday and Saturday, and as we get to Sunday, these things that need to fall off. Be clear about it. Why? Because on Sunday, here comes a cloud of confusion. That full moon is going to square Neptune in Pisces. Now, this is weird because I was doing my best to try to share this on Instagram with folks. I don't think everybody got it. That's because not everybody's an astrology student, and I totally respect that. You rely on us for that. Here's the thing, though. I like to teach. So I want you to try to bend your brain in this way to see how incredibly gnarly and auspicious this day is. The full moon is in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is going retrograde, okay, in Sagittarius, which actually squares up Neptune because Neptune is in Pisces and Neptune is Pisces' planet. I officially confused you all. But here's the thing. You have to understand that all of these things that I'm throwing out, Gemini, Mercury, Pisces, Sag, Neptune, all of these energies, configurations, planets either like each other or don't like each other. And with Neptune in the mix, it adds a ball of confusion. If Neptune comes in the mix and things ain't crystal clear, then there's always going to be some confusion. Trust and believe that because that's what Neptune does. Neptune's aim is to get back to spirit. Neptune's aim is to get back to the other side. The intuitive space in who we are, to be able to open up and be all-knowing. But before it happens, we get very confused and deluded. You understand? Neptune's about our dream time as well. So Saturday night rolling into Sunday or Sunday rolling into Monday, our dreams could be a little gnarly. There may not be too much sleep for folks. So if you are that type of person that doesn't sleep too well anyway, Grab some magnesium, grab something that makes you go to sleep. I am no doctor, so I'm not prescribing. I'm just saying find a way to help you to sleep on Saturday night and Sunday night, okay? Because dream time with that full moon and gnarly fucking sporadic ass Gemini trying to be all over the place at one time, trying to let go of emotions that it doesn't even like to deal with. Gemini can't stand emotions. So it doesn't like to deal with a full moon of emotions as it's squaring off Neptune in Pisces. That's an emotional freaking sign. Do y'all understand the confusion on that day? Lay low. Speak peacefully. Do you know sometimes it's really, really helpful to not only walk slow, not only breathe, but speak slowly, just like this. Force your whole body and all the cells inside to move at a pace in which you are controlling in this moment. That is your homework for Sunday. To be slow and purposeful and sexy like me. At the very least, just slow your ass down, okay? And stay out the way. It's a gnarly one. Okay. You want to pick a card? Let's do it. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this day. Now, before I read this card, know that this has to do with not moving fast, but being intentional, purposeful. That's intensity. The figure in this card has taken on the shape of an arrow, moving with the single pointed focus of one who knows precisely where he's going. He is moving so fast that he has become almost pure energy. But his intensity should not be mistaken for the manic energy that makes people drive their cars at top speed to get from point A to point B. That kind of intensity belongs to the horizontal world of space and time. The intensity is represented by the Knight of Fire, belongs to the vertical world of the present moment, a recognition that now is the only moment there is, and here is the only space. When you act with the intensity of the Knight of Fire, it is likely to create ripples in the waters around you. Some will feel uplifted and refreshed by your presence, and others may feel threatened or annoyed. But the opinions of others matter little. Nothing can hold you back. Ashe. Take on this intensity with spirit in tow, absolutely for show. In your heart, grab your ancestors and say, come on with me. Don't move fast, please. Move with purpose. Move with love. Move with knowing that you're God's child, okay? It's time. Interrupt any conversations that's not speaking God's name and walk out the room, leaving God in there, all right? It's time to move with the intensity of who the F you are. Let's go. I love you. Have an awesome, awesome week. Be easy on yourself as you travel these roads, though, okay? And remember, slow down. Much love to you. Adios.